This that late shift, graveyard, pockets on E. This that praying in the driver, God, don't let me bleed. This that thumbnail, live stream, teaching about the teeth of the market while I'm fighting for my family to eat. This that knee brace, aching from the miles in the mud. This that E5 rank that I earned with my blood. This that YouTube grind when the views was a dud. Now we talking about a movement, not a maybe. This a flood. Sacrifice for the riches, that ain't just about the cash. That's about the sleep I gave up just to break a broken past. That's about the liquor I refused when I could've hit the glass. That's about the therapy I took instead of speeding off and crash.
For reset, that's the code that I live. Gave my tears, gave my time, gave my body, gave my ribs. For my wife, for my kids, for my people that I live. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, I'ma die before I quit. Sacrifice for reset, put the name on my stone. I was built for all this pressure, I ain't breaking, I'm grown. If you looking for a hero who was carved out of the stones, you can see him in the mirror when you face it on your own.
I was clocking in for bosses that ain't know my middle name. They just saw the numbers hitting, they ain't see the inner strain. Then I turned my pain to content, turned my lessons into game. Now I got a tribe of traders that refuse to play the same. Disco buzzing charts up, members learning how to move. We ain't chasing lotto tickets, we're protecting what we prove. Teaching risk, teaching patience, teaching how to keep you cool. Cause I lost enough myself to write a whole financial school. My sobriety a badge, my resilience a shield. Every L I ever took became a tool I had to wield. When the market tried to break me, I just studied how it killed. Then I built a better system, now I'm walking through the field.
Sacrifice for reset, that's the code that I live. Gave my tears, gave my time, gave my body, gave my ribs. For my wife, for my kids, for my people that I live. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, I'ma die before I quit. Sacrifice for reset, put the name on my stone. I was built for all this pressure, I ain't breaking, I'm grown. If you looking for a hero who was carved out of the stone, you can see him in the mirror when you face it on your own.
When I say sacrifice, you say for riches.
Sacrifice for riches. Sacrifice
for riches, from the trenches to the digits. When I say process, you say over profit.
Process over profit. Process
over profits, we ain't stopping till we locked it. From the runaway son to the soldier in the dirt, to the husband with a white queen fighting through the hurt, to the father of 2 daughters that he put in every verse, to the trader and the teacher helping others break the curse. I'm the sum of every scar they tried to use to hold me back. I'm the voice of every kid who had to grow up in attack. I'm the proof that if you're willing to go all in on the path, you can lose a couple battles and still never lose your track.
Sacrifice for riches, that's the code that I live. Gave my tears, gave my time, gave my body, gave my ribs. For my wife, for my kids, for my people that I live. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, I'ma die before I quit. Sacrifice for riches, put the name on my stone. I was built for all this pressure, I ain't breaking, I'm grown. If you looking for a hero who was carved out of the stones, you can see him in the mirror when you face it on your own.
Process over profits. Yeah. Locked in, locked in. Yeah. Profits over profits, that's the law that I live. I don't chase every candle, I protect what I give. I'd rather take the small loss than lose the life that I built. I'm in love with execution, not the dollar or the guilt. Process over profits, I don't move off hype. Risk first, then reward, that's the way that I write. If the setup isn't clean, then I'm passing on the trade. Cause I'm married to the process, not the money that I made. I remember formal days, every ticker looked like gold. Chasing every little spike till my soul felt old. Draw down heavy, screen glowing while my coffee got cold. I was trading for my ego, not the plan I was told. Now I'm patient with the levels, I'm respecting the zone. I don't argue with the market, I just listen, then I'm gone. Got my wrist cat tight, 1% on the line. If the stock is hit, fine, I can always realign. I'm not here to be a hero, I'm not here to be God. I'm a father and a husband, I'm responsible to squad. So I track every entry, every exit that I take. If the math don't add up, then the setup was a fake. Hey, process over process, that's the law that I live. I don't chase every kiddo I protect what I give. I'd rather take a small loss than lose the life that I built. I'm in love with execution, not the dollar or the guilt. Process over, pockets, I don't move off hype. Risk first and reward, that's the way that I write. If the setup isn't clean, it'll pass it on the trade. Cause I'm married to the process, not the money that I made. I got members in the Discord who've been burned by the game. Blown accounts, sleepless nights, feeling broken and ashamed. So I tell them slow it down, we rebuilding from the core. You ain't here to hit a lottery, you're here to build more. We talk journal talk, our talk, risk to reward. Talk about the days off when you don't need to record. Every trade ain't a trade, every move ain't a move. Sometimes discipline is sitting there with nothing to prove. I've been up, I've been down, I've been close to the edge, staring at the red screen with my hands on my head. But the moment that I chose to put my process on top was the moment that the spiral finally started to stop. If the plan says no, then it's no, let it go. If the side feels wrong, then reduce, trade slow. If your head ain't right, step back, lay low. Cause the market gon' be here when you ready to grow. If the risk feels light, then you might size in. If the zone holds twice, that's a higher quality win. But you never break rules just to chase, doing a spin. Cause a gambler gets lucky, but a trader long-term wins. That's the law that I live. I don't chase every candle, I protect what I give. I'd rather take a small loss than lose the life that I built. I'm in love with execution, not the dollar or the guilt. Process over, profits, I don't move off hype. Race first and reward, that's the way that I write. If the setup isn't clean, then I'm passing on the trade. Cause I'm married to the process, not the money that I made. Oh, profits over profits, put that line on my name. When my kids look back, they gon' see I played the game. Not the face on the ground, not the stunt for the fame, but your own best to pick and turn spark to a flame. Profits over profits, that's the code that I teach. From the live stream starts all the lessons I preach. If you follow through with work, it's not out of your reach. Let the process be your anchor while the profits just leech.
Let's go. What up, everybody? What it do? Mic check 1 2 1 3. Mic check 1 2 1 3. Can you hear me? Can you see me? All the things. All the things. And then tell me if y'all got music as well in the background. Please let me know. Things are a little darker. I got some updating to do. I got an updated camera, just a little bit, because the last camera was giving me a little bit of problems. All right, let's see who we got. Let me take this hat off. I didn't brush my hair. Everything was last minute. I just got home and then I had to like hightail it to get a chart ready, get this stuff ready, because your boy wanted to be on time as close as possible. 1 second here. You got theme music? You got theme music? All right, let's go. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Let's see, who do I see? Hold on. First of all, the queen is in the building, aka Mama Rail. Hey, Ma. We had a beautiful lunch today. I had a nice lunch with my mom. Got to catch up with her a little bit, and had to lay it out as far as what my plan was to kind of make her life right. So, we gonna get to it. All right, we gonna get into it. I spoke things into existence so I can hold myself accountable, and she's gonna hold me accountable too. She promised. She gonna text me and say, "Boy, what you doing? Where we at?" All right, I see you, Denise. Queen, I see you. Evan, Queen Fee, I see you. Let's go. That track alone, man. If you play that track while you're trading, it can pretty much get you straight. I think so. All right. What's up, Roll Life? Spark 40, I see you, big dog. You change. Hold on, Queen. All healthcare matters. I know you remember, but I don't. You must be logged into a different account. Just so you know. All right. Let's see. I'm catching up to the feed real quick, and then I gotta share something to my screen to make sure that I'm good to go with all things that are about to happen. And I probably should put on some shoes. I probably should put on some shoes. All right. Let me share this and this. Boom, boom, boom. All right, share. All right, let me see where we at. Y'all, I'm gonna catch up with some chats. Welcome everybody. First of all, this is your boy Stocks for Real, Sacrifice for Riches. And those that are new, do understand that this is a live stream that's based on a review of maybe a play that we ran last week, and as well as potential other plays, right, that I played and that we covered in the last Thursday session. And then also we do the live rapid fire chart analysis where I take the tickers from the comments and then I work the charts for you as fast and as efficient as I can, right? Just to give you some overall scope of what my view of the said ticker is that you're interested in, okay? Nothing here is financial advice or a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. And everything is for entertainment purposes. And your boy's tired, but I'm going to try to entertain you. We about to get going. It was Green Day for Queen Denise. I see you, Queen. Let's go. I see you. We hype. We hype. Especially when Queen Denise showing up with some games. All right. Oh, you got me amped up now, Queen. We about to keep those games. Hey, it's Gainesville, remember? We Gainesville. All right. Let's see here. All right, so I'm about to put this on my screen. All right, it's gonna look kind of wonky to start, and then I'm gonna make some corrections. All right, so just bear with me. All right, so first of all, we hit crazy on Meta. This is not the earnings. This is pre-earnings. Okay, we hit crazy on Nvidia. And Nvidia we talked about, and I'm gonna tell you what we talked about in just a moment. If you were not here last week, right? If you were not here last week Thursday, I'm gonna give you the rundown because Weatherman Rail here. Weatherman Rail is about to give you the breakdown of what happened and what's going on. So as you can see on my screen, I just put it up top. We hit the home run, the grand slam. We hit the spaceship left the shuttle on Nvidia, baby. We had 11 contracts at 346% gains, and we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. And that meta play is the same one over to the other side, only I got it at 80%. I actually got a little bit more, but I caught the 80% screenshot. I think I got out about like 90. I can't remember. It's all a blur. We were mean and green. That's all I gotta say. But we about to talk about it. All right, so I just want you guys to know that like with the contracts on Nvidia, I wanted you to see like when I bought it and when I sold it. So when I bought it, it was on the 22nd, right? And then we talked about it. Hold on, what day was that? We talked about it on the same day. So the day of the rapid fire, we talked about this play, okay? Very briefly, and then somebody asked about Nvidia, and I told them my bullish analysis and how it could be bearish, but why I was in the play, right? And why I held through, okay? And then next day, bam, we sold it. We sold it. We sold it. We took our money and ejecto-cito, cuz. Hold up. I wish I can launch. Had like some AI GIF. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. So let me see if I can remove all of these. Now I got all this in the way. Hold up. Let's just get rid of it. All right. So I'm gonna catch up with the live feed for comments, and then we're gonna get into Weatherman Rail. Now there's a little. I'm gonna make some adjustments. Not today, but I have some creative thoughts. No, rail won't have water and rain, fake rain, mist, or raincoat, but I'm gonna find a way to spice it up a little bit. And no, I'm keeping my shirt on, people. Calm down. All right. Who we got? Eber. That song dope. Hey, real talk, man. I worked hard on that song. Like, worked hard with AI with that song. When, seriously, hours. And because I had to get it right. I had some lyrics in mind, and then we popped it into AI, and they cleaned it up for me. And then I went over to this other app, and I created a beat based on what I was thinking in my head, and then bam, we made magic. That song dope. I appreciate that acknowledgement, though. Hold on. No music. Do you have music right now? That song get me hyped, Junior. Yes, it does. Q Anderson. Okay. All right. What's up, Boomy? I see you, big dog. Boomy been showing up for the family in the Discord, just giving game and knowledge. I love it. We gave him a shout out today. Hey, Lawless, I see you, big dog. All right. Where can you get the track? That track is on all your streaming services. So Apple Music, YouTube Music, Spotify, here on YouTube. So you just type in "Sacrifice for Riches" and then that's one word, and then S4R is the artist. So that's with all of the music you've heard, right? And then I have a YouTube channel that's, I think it's S4R Sound, something like that, where like for like a hobby, something just fun for me just to like do. Like, I'm always a creative and I don't really like to waste time. Like, I love video games and stuff like that, but at the same time, like, sometimes I feel like it's a waste of my energy. And so I want to get into either drawing something or making something. If I can't work in the market, then I got to put my way from that. Then I do that. So now I'm making beats and I'm just having a good time, like just making music for myself, right? And I just popped it online in case people were interested. So, yes, I answered the music question. Rochella Queen, 2414 likes. Hit the like button. Please listen to the Queen. The Queen told y'all what to do. Rochella told y'all. She told y'all. Hold up. Can I? She told y'all to hit that like button. Yeah, your boy he got a remote now. All right, your boy got a remote now. I'm making sure y'all paying attention. Hold up, back up. Get out my face. All right, hold up. Mr. PLTR. Grr. Yeah, hey, you know, it is what it is. There'll always be another play. Weatherman Rail in the building. All right, I'm almost caught up. I don't think TOS has the same prices. All right, yeah, that happens. Ejectocito, cuz, yeah, I'm catching up. I've just been talking. Touch that like button. All right. I'm good now. Okay, boom. We caught up, baby. We caught up. Let's go. All right, so we are about to talk about Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA. That is on the news report. You know, reporting live about Nvidia. So we're gonna talk about my thoughts, how we got into the play, why I held through the play, and then what happened with the play, and then how we could have made money continuing with the play. But it's all good. Your whole vibe, baby. I am like pulling this out of somewhere because I'm tired. Like I am tired. But lights, camera, action. We gotta go. I can't be like a clear eyes guy here talking to the people. All right. I'm overtired. Yes. Everybody, shout out to my wife, Mama number 2, Queen 2 in the building. All right, so now we about to switch over. We're gonna break this down, and we're gonna get into it. Please do me a favor, y'all. Whatever communities y'all in, whatever like social media, whatever, share this stream. Okay, share this stream. Why? Because that's the only way I can really grow. I don't do a lot of public live streams, so it's very, very appreciated if you guys can help the channel grow, help me grow, and help me reach more people. If you think I'm helping, then help me help others, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Let's see if we can make that happen. All right, so let me make sure that I got Weatherman Rail set up properly, okay? It does require some setup, some technical stuff, but we about to get real. About to get real hype. I'm just kidding. Hold up. Got that. But before I get into it, is there any questions? Any questions? All right, make sure I know what I'm doing here. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. Weatherman Real, where we at? Bam! All right, there we go. And hold on, I gotta switch. I'm gonna do a mic check when I switch over, okay? All right, mic check, 1 2 1 3. Mic check, 1 2 1 3. Can you hear your boy? Do you hear music? All right, hold up. I do want music in here. If we don't hear music, I need to get that fixed. Because things be too quiet. All right, so I want y'all to do something and just cover your ears, okay? I don't know what's about to happen. I have no idea. I don't even know what this sounds like. I'm just clicking one. Okay. Hold on. Oh, are we good? Can y'all hear music? And is it too loud? Let me see. All right. No music. How about that? How's that? Is there music there? All right. Give me a 1 in the chat. Now, yes. Is it too loud? Can I talk over it? Should I turn it up? Because I was listening back at one of my videos. And I was like, man, it's very silent. And I don't like silence in the background. So, no. You good. All right. Sounds good. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. It's Weatherman Real. Reporting live. How we getting down? All right. Can you still hear me? Better 1 in the chat if you can hear your boy. All right. I'm going to have to get like a spotlight or something. But hey, I can say what up. What up, though? I got a remote now. Back up. Back up. All right. All right. So, for those that don't know, your boy, what he does, I take the time after I get a gain, especially if it's specifically if it's a gain or a play that we talked about last Thursday. Okay. So every Thursday we bring up these plays and we work this chart, right? And every time we work this chart, I'm telling you, there's a play to be made. Right. So what do? I look it over. A lot of these stocks that y'all bring up, these tickers, I've already had charted and I'm already, eyes is on the prize. Right. So I set my alerts. Those that are in Discord, especially if you're a megalodon, you are getting those alerts the same time I get the alert. So when my trigger goes off on my phone and the market calls me, right, then y'all get the exact same call at the exact same time. Why do I do that? I do that because I've been in the discourse, right? And I understand where I could find a play, get in a play, but then I'll have to go ahead and relay all that information to you. And hold on. I'm talking right now, so let me zoom in. Oh, hold on. Take off the tracking. Turn it off. Okay. By the time I've already entered the play, right? You're getting delayed information, right? And by that time, I'm probably already up 10%. Sometimes I'm down 5 to 10% and you guys are getting a better entry than I am. Great. But at the same time, as I'm teaching what I'm doing, I want y'all to be able to have the opportunity to grab the plays when I grab them. So there's no delay. Okay. So that's what we're doing. So if you want to become a megalodon, go ahead and hit the join button, right? But otherwise, I'll see you there. All right. We'll talk about that stuff later. Okay. So Weatherman Real. All right. So here we go. Let me make sure. I think I'm good. All right. So this is Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA. All right. So let's talk about it. Last week, this is when I entered the play. Okay. This right here at 9:52 a.m. when the market opened, essentially, this Eastern time, right? So we broke out of my demand zone, right? This is my demand zone. This is one of my demand zones, right? I have a 4-hour demand zone that's below the screen that you can't see, but we had bullish momentum through this demand zone. We popped out, we came back in a little bit, but then we popped back out. So that told me that the bulls showed up, right? And blue means bulls. All right, let's put it like that. Blue means bulls on my chart. And pretty much we pumped up, right, a little bit, and now we start to float and consolidate above that level. Last week we talked about it. We talked about accumulation. We talked about how we work the supply demand zones, blah blah blah. We talked about our targets or whatever. We're going to get into that too. But either way, I got in here. Now I actually ran up the play before the market closed, right? That time says 11:45. So by 11:45, I was up on the play. Your boy did not close the position. Now, I'll tell you, it didn't feel too good to watch green go red. That's not the business we in, right? I totally understand that. At the same time, I got in the play with the intentions of swing trading it, but at a high risk, right? High risk meaning I only had 1 days to expire, 1 DTE, and I figured if this ran the way I wanted to run, based on my technical analysis, it'll be a home run, grand slam, whatever, right? So I put in the money that I was willing to lose, right? And then I let my play out, okay? And it just worked out for me, okay? But anyway, entered here. Right here, I held through. Then at the end of the day, at the end of the night, we talked about it, right? We talked about it when this was coming on down. So the market actually closed hovering still above the demand zone, okay? I told you guys exactly how it was likely to play out the opening bell. This right here was the open. We had our manipulative move to open and then took off like a rocket, right? Took off like a rocket. Hopefully some of you guys were able to enter. I did announce some things to the Discord. So man, I hope y'all was able to make money with me. At the end of the day, it is what it is. There was other opportunities to be made as well. But anyway, we carried this up. I did not sell right away when we hit this peak and we started to retrace. Why? Because it's retracement, right? I was just paying attention to see what price was doing, and I wasn't going to be too rushed to do anything. Why? A couple things. One, we broke demand. Second, we had the 21-day EMA cross the 200, and then I seen us show support above this level. Now, theta's starting to kick in. It's a Friday, and I'm just not having that, right? That's the KG reference, right? I'm not having it, right? At the end of the day, I decided that, okay, I made enough money. I set a stop loss here, right? On my 11 contracts. And I just said, I'm not playing around, and I got out, right? So then what happens? That's the end of that play, right? Here, what is that? I don't even know what the yellow is. I think that's the start of the next day. Yes. This is Monday, I want to say, right? And then this is Tuesday. So we actually stayed flat the entire time, okay, while we reached this point. So we got out at the right time. That just validated our position, okay? So over here now, okay, let's do this. Bam. All right, switching the hands up. So on Tuesday, right, we had our consolidation, and technically this is accumulation, right? The definition of accumulation is when you make a move and you start to trade sideways, and then you start to see volume increase, essentially. And so like that was this, or like stay steady, if not increase. So that was telling me that we were just building up for another pump, right? But I missed this move, and that's okay. Why? Because I was in Apple and I made a bag, so I'm okay with that too. But anyway, the signal for this on a 5-minute time frame was when we dropped below the 20-day and the 200-day. From a price action standpoint, we actually created demand. On top of creating demand, we never really see price or the 21-day drop down below the 200-day. Instead, I talked about this last week. We got a parallel lines between the 20-day and the 200-day. And when we see that, we're waiting for the next volume candle because that typically indicates the direction the stock is going to go, right? So that's what we did. Well, that's what happened, right? We had an intraday demand zone on the 5-minute chart. Then we had this big green candle right here. This candle and the red candle before it formed something called a morning star. If you know what your price action candles are, a morning star pretty much is a bullish reversal signal. Okay, so you got to pay attention to those things. That's about an 85 to 90% probability of it reversing. Okay, so pay attention to that candle. If that green candle finishes strong, you can hop in there. However, sometimes it's best to wait for the retracement for it to retest the demand zone that it created. But this never happened, not right away. So it took off right to where? Our take profit target. We said that it was running to supply zone. We called that all the way back here. Okay, we called it all the way back there. And what happens? We hit supply, sellers show up, and it brings us right to where? The demand zone, right? And it bounced up again. So right now it's floating in that 191 area, and it's been respecting all of the levels that we found that seems to have been pretty aggressive. So shout out to everybody that's been trading Nvidia. Shout out to everybody who's paying attention to what I'm trying to teach every Thursday, because it's on fire. It's on fire. And Weatherman Real got a remote for the close-ups. Now we got to back up. We got to back up. We got to back up. But that is it. Any questions, comments, concerns? Did that make sense? Come on, put a fire emoji in the chat if this was cool for you. If you learned something and if this is a good breakdown. If you have any questions, let me know while we're here, while I'm standing up, and then I'll address it on the chart. Okay? Talk about it. Let's get it. What we got for questions? Okay? Just so you know, this green line that you see up here, that is 191 and some change. That is my take profit target. And sure enough, as we went up, we consolidated, right up there too. So, and then a moment, hold on. Come on. Hold on. There we go. The moment we broke below it, right? And we confirmed below that line, it just right down to our demand zone, back up to where it's consolidating, right? This is a point of control. Buyers and sellers are in agreement of price right now, about 191 and some change. Okay, so, and from here, we can't be bullish until we break above the supply zone. We might come back and retest it the moment we start to see a slowing of momentum as we approach this level, right? Which is, I think, about 194. I have to double check. We'll talk about it. Then you probably are looking at another pullback. Now, if we see a bullish momentum through this red box, right? Supply, right? If you start to see bullish momentum through, then you can probably consider hopping into some calls, but just be careful because that is where the sellers are living, right? Supply, sell, got it? All right. And then what we would do is be setting a stop loss right below this line, right? Because that would mean that our play is invalidated. Okay. So that is all I got for you. Let me see if there's some any questions. Any questions? Let's see. We fired up, though. We fired up. I'm going to get to that, Kenny. Hey, Kenny, stop putting the cart for the horse. I'm going to talk about it. Wait for you've been here before, big dog. You know we got to wait for us to go to the chart and that timer to hit for me to talk about the tickers, all right? Why the price is... Okay, nope. Fire, rail, don't know how to act with the new... Ejectocito. That's how I act. Hold up. What it do, partner? All right. What up, crypto? Hey, what's up, crypto? Big dog in the building. If y'all don't know, crypto plebs, crypto millionaire. So if y'all are interested in crypto, go ahead, go to his channel, hit the subscribe, the like. The guy be putting out gems for those that are into the crypto game. All right. So that's it. All right. We done. Weatherman Real. We out. Hold up. There we go. All right, zoom out. It's supposed to zoom out when it's like tracking my face. So get back. All right. All right. What we got? what we got? So also plug in. Give me a minute. Let me close some stuff up, and we switch back over. Whew, man, it takes a lot. All right. All right, no, hey, my bad. All right, thank you for the sound. God, thanks for not letting me go on forever on a silent movie. All right, God, I'll be bad at that. Okay, I'm gonna say what I was saying, right, and then we're gonna move on to the charts. Okay, but hit the like button. But what I was saying, crypto sales cooking. What I was saying is that if for those that don't know, crypto plebs, myself, Spy King, Catching Rockets, KG, and I think Stocks with Lisa, man, and there's like a couple more. We're crown traders in Keenan Grace's Discord. If you don't know who Keenan Grace is, self-made millionaire, teacher, from school teacher to self-made millionaire to a community builder, and essentially he created a university for traders, right? And I'm just a professor, so you can call me Professor Rail, right? Professor Rail, right? So essentially, you can find us over there. You can DM us, whatever, right? We're always giving game to the community and trying to train and trade. Also, just so you know, I do have a community as well here on YouTube. Go ahead, you can click the members button. I'm like a technical college, and then KGU is what we call it. That's like a university, right? You got all the deans and stuff like that, and me is just little old me over here talking about swing trades and stuff, you know. But we doing what we got to do, and we taking care of us with the small little community. However, KGU is my home, and if you guys want to hop into either of the Discords, let me know. But the moral of the story is find a home, because nobody in this game should be trading alone, in my opinion, right? It is a lonely road if you're at this alone, and you need people to hold you accountable. You need people to be able to like just speak to when you don't know who else to speak to, right? That's what we're all here for. We're all here for the same reasons, and you just can't find that in your inner circle. If you did, shout out to you, but not a lot of people have friends that are in this game, right? Because this is a tough road. So find a community. I don't care if it's mine, KGU, or whoever else, right? Whoever else has Discord communities. I know Chris Sane and some other people, Traveling Trader. There's a bunch of people out here that's doing this, but at the same time, find a home that's right for you, and then just lock in, right? And then just gain as much knowledge as you can, and then help as many people as you can along the way, right? You never know when opportunities come up, so just pay it forward, right? That's what it's all about. We're selfless, right? We all are trying to get this the same goal. I don't care if you make it there before me, but we gonna make it, right? So let me take a look. Let's go caught this random live. Let's go, Eddie. Let's go. Queen Lisa's in the building. Please go to her page, like, subscribe, all that good stuff too. Right? Found my home. Let's go, Denise. Yeah. You better not leave me. This is your home. This is your house. You tell them. All right. So anyway, let me explain to y'all what's going on, and then we're gonna kick right over to the rapid fire charts without further ado. Okay. So This is Stocks for Real, Sacrifice for Riches. This is the rapid fire live stream, okay, where I take your tickers from the comment section and then I work the charts for you, okay? What's helpful? It's helpful that if you, with your ticker request, that you include like some type of context. So maybe you're currently in a position looking to get out. Maybe you're looking to buy a long-term investment, looking for entry. Maybe you're looking for call or put options, right? You might have a bias, right? And you might need like just a second pair of eyes as part of your due diligence to make sure that you know you're thinking correctly, right? Now, nothing I say is a suggestion to buy, hold, or sell, and everything could just be taken with a grain of salt. And I want everybody to make sure that you are doing your own charting and your own technical analysis. And the reason for that is because you won't trust anybody's TA more than your own, okay? What does that mean? And I'm going to be real quick. You know, there's lessons in here. It's lessons with Rel, right? So essentially what I'm trying to tell you is that, say for instance, I said, go Nvidia. Let's do Nvidia, right? I can't tell you what to do, but I'm doing Nvidia. So if you want to do Nvidia. And here's why I'm doing Nvidia. If you look at that, absorb that, whatever, and you don't open an Nvidia chart and you just hop in when I hop in, guess what's going to happen? You'll hop into play. You may or may not win, but here's two things that are going to happen. You'll hop in, and the moment there's a little bit of a pullback, let's say it's 15, 20, 30%, whatever it is, you're going to get kicked out because you probably set an arbitrary stop loss, right? You didn't look at the charts. Two, we might run up, and you might run up 20, 30%. You're like, I won. Thank you, Rel. We got it. We got 20, 30%. I was like, I'll be like, good job. Good job. I'm happy for you. An hour passes, and I send my screenshot, and it's 400%. And you be like, dang. Like, what? 400%, 20%, be happy with your 20, right? Because you didn't chart it, so you took what you were comfortable with taking. So congratulations. Don't sleep on the bag that you made if you didn't do no DD, right? But at the same time, this is what happens when you don't do your DD, right? When you don't do your own due diligence. If I say that I'm looking at swing trading this play and I'm looking for my target here, right? Then open your chart, look at the same levels, and then make sure that what I'm saying is validating what you're seeing, right? You have to confirm these things before making a position, because essentially there's this thing that I talk about called acceptance, and you won't be accepting of the scenario in any case unless you're the one that's doing the DD, okay? So please do me a favor. Open a chart and validate what you see, what you hear, all the plays that you get from any YouTuber online. Just, you can listen. They know what they're doing, right? But do your own due diligence, okay? Because we wrong sometimes. I'm wrong sometimes. I'm not always right? So just be careful, okay? That's all I'm saying. That is my disclosure. Hopefully that's helpful. All right, so that's what I want to do. I want to break down and go to sleep, okay? You are responsible for your destiny. Absolutely, Vic. I'm going to take a sip of my NA beer, and we're going to get into the rapid fire chart analysis, all right? I do see you, B.O.B., with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Shout out to B.O.B., right, for the donation or the contribution. Okay. And hold on. Whew. Is this working? All right. And then there's a link if you guys are interested in joining the community. Okay. That being said, we're about to switch over to the charts. Now, I need to make sure that my chart is properly set up. Chart review. Yes. And make sure that's active. Give me one moment, and then we're gonna flip right over. Okay. All right. So I set a timer. Today is 7 o'clock. So today I'm feeling generous. I'm gonna give you 25 minutes. Okay. When I press this button, that means go. those names that are in green, you get priority. Okay, so if you are a member of the Sacrifice for Riches Discord community, you get priority. Okay, second up is KGU. So if you're a member of KGU, put hashtag KGU in the same sentence of your ticket request, and then you also get priority. Everybody else, super chat it up if you want to skip the line, and I will try my best to get to those that are just subscribed. I don't say just subscribed as if you're lesser. At the end of the day, you are supporting this community, and I really appreciate you. But there's a kind of like a hierarchy, right? Of how I have to read this. Okay, so that's all I gotta say. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully y'all can respect that. And let's get into it. Okay, so let's switch over to my chart, and then I'm gonna put 25 minutes on a timer, and we're gonna start. Hold on. Now. Yeah, that works. You got an extra 5 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take care of the super chat to start, and that is from our boy BOB, and he is looking for how do you find ticker like TCGL? TCGL is a tech create group. Okay, hold up. Oh, first of all, mic check. Hold on. Mic check. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm straight. Because I switched scenes here. And do you hear music? I'm pausing the time. I'm pausing the time. All right. Can you hear music? Okay. Can you hear music now? If not, that's okay. Because I'm going to fix it. Oh, hold on. Okay. I heard yes now. I just don't see it on my screen. Okay. Cool. All right. Whew. Sorry, y'all. Let me fix this. Okay. Timer. Back on. All right. So. Hold on. My bad, y'all. Okay. Back to my. Okay. TCGL, Tech Create Group. All right. I don't know this company at all, but let's take a look. All right. So, man. Okay. I don't have. What do you. Hold on. What are you asking me, big dog? How do you find ticker? Okay. How do I find it? All right, I'll just tell you what I see. It looks like a brand new company. It looks like it popped off on some news. And essentially, right now, you have an imbalance between $83 and, what is this? $13.61. That's a huge gap. And right now, also, on the daily, I'm not seeing any sellers. Now, I understand that there's this wick here. And that's what happens when you pop off like that. It has to cool down. But at the same time, in the same respect, if you study the QVP, I'm not seeing any type of seller. So this is, to me, just a healthy pullback. So you're pretty much waiting on a closer time frame as far as like a base for it. So like if I'm looking at this, which exactly what I was thinking, we came back down to retest the 21-day EMA, and now we're forming almost like a morning star. I can't spend too much time on this, but at the end of the day, it's still kind of bullish unless we break down back into the zone below the 21-day EMA. Okay, so I don't know if you're trying to long-term like hold this, but it's definitely not for options, because I assume that your spreads are going to be about $10 to $15. So we ain't having that. Let's move on to the next one. Evan says silver. SLV. All right, so we talk about silver all the time, and I already got the levels for you, big dog, and you just asked for something so I can share with the whole community, and that's all good. So essentially, right now we are within this trading zone on silver. Okay, I'll show you the trading zone that we're trading silver in right now. That trading zone is from 107.80 being the high, right, the top, right? And then the bottom being $192 or 192 cents. This is my my floor and ceiling for silver. So essentially, at the top we look for shorts. At the bottom we look for longs. And essentially, we had this false move, right? It was a huge sell-off. Ticked me off, by the way. We made 187% on this move, but not before I lost about 20-30% on this fake out right here, okay? So I'm not really happy because I was more heavy up here and lighter on this move down. But we came into a different zone, popped off, and then the moment we seen bullish momentum above this level of 192 cents, that was a signal for us to enter longs, leaps, whatever you wanted to play towards the upside. Okay, so we kind of came back above the 21-day EMA and the 200-day EMA. We're flaring back up, and it looks like we're coming back down to fill this gap to retest it here at 104.48. From here, we really have to pay attention to see if we have some type of bullish reversal, rather it's a morning star, rather it's a bullish engulfing, whatever it may be, any type of doji symbols right here, because we're looking for a transfer of ownership, essentially, where our bulls are pretty much taking over and the sellers are exhausted, okay, in reverse, however you want to put it. But as of right now, it looks like we're gonna have a lot of what I call absorption as we come down to test this level. I'll go ahead, and this is a key level and has been for us at 104.48. And right now that trigger is paused because it goes off all day in our Discord if I keep it on. So tomorrow morning, when you see this trigger, that means bring your eyes to the chart, okay? And then you're going to pay attention and wait for your moment to take this back to the upside, because we're still technically bullish, even though we had this rundown, okay? But we're still bullish overall, right? Until I see otherwise. Right. And then where we're going from there, once we break out of the zone of $107.80, next take private target is 109.48, and the one after that is 111.13. Once we hit 111.13, that's essentially where my bullish bias stops, and I'm looking for either accumulation, distribution from that point. So we're looking at a little bit of a consolidated area there. Okay, moving on to the next one. Roll Life says AMPX. All right, this is Amperis Technologies Inc. Okay, so clearly off rip on the 15-minute, we are 100% bullish on the stock, but let's zoom out and get a better look. Okay, so we've already worked this play, right? This is actually a beautiful chart right now because of how we already structured it. So we had a bullish move into a neutral pattern, right? This is a symmetrical triangle. We had our high, we had our low, and I identified these as your levels of take profit targets. Also, these are your support levels as well. So what happens? Well, we broke out of the trend, right? And we went on a rocket, and then we got real choppy. This is a mess, right? It's a mess. And then we came down to retest this previous descending line of resistance, now descending line of support of a previous chart pattern, and then we rocketed it right up. On top of that, we had our our 200-day EMA that hit. So we have now this gap, okay, because you're looking for maybe what to do next. I don't know if you're looking for calls, puts, or whatever, but I guess right now I would be careful on calls. I see this, but there's a lot of sellers up here, big dog. Okay, there's a lot of sellers right here. So let me just highlight this for you. I'm gonna put this red in 4. Okay, so I personally would not be looking to hop into calls on, if that's what you're looking for, unless we break and then retest this and see some support. Okay, I need to see that here at this level at $14.09 before I can get busy. Now, of course, yeah, that's my level. Okay, so pay attention. I know you know the QVP. I've taught you the QVP, and you've done your own research, so you know what kind of to look for. So we'll keep it moving. If you want more level information, then hit me up in the Discord, big dog. Who else we got? Okay, Tashi. Says KGU, shout out to KGU, looking at bull leaps. Yes, now is a great time for bull leaps. I think I did speak to this based on a level. I haven't looked at it since we talked about it last week. So let's see. As you can see, the chart is getting busy down here, right? So I know that we're in the demand zone, but before I even zoom in, I want you to check this out. QVP is something I talk about. I gave a master class on this. You can see that there's a sea of red right here, okay? So there's an ultimate battle right now between the sellers and the buyers on bull, and technically right now the sellers are winning. But I want you to see down here, before I zoom in, down here on the volume, we have volume kind of decreasing for the sellers. Okay, so we might be seeing some exhaustion, which makes sense. Why? Because we are in a demand zone, okay, where I have tagged buyers living. So let's zoom in on this and then see what we can come up with. Right, so I think, yeah, I talked about this. I said how I hate being sandwiched between the supply and demand zone so closely. We broke below the demand zone. Okay, so right now we are not looking great. Okay, this is on some momentum as well. So what needs to happen for us to be bullish on bull? Okay, well, it's pretty easy. We need to see, hold up, where are we? Where's my box? I want to see this. 1 second. Box. Bullish buyer's candle. Okay, we need to see pretty much a bullish move into demand on a solid bar, right? We love to see like a doji at the bottom of this, right? And then a bullish bar to close this up, right? Because then that would give me a good like morning star situation, which is a reversal signal. Okay, I would love to see that, but I'm not touching this stock until then. But I will set an alert. So if you're a Megalodon in the Discord, you will get an alert on bull the moment we cross this level. And I'm not gonna put much information here except for crossing back into demand zone. Consider leaps and DD. Okay, so that's what my Megalodons will get when this triggers. They don't need to do anything. They just need to, when the market calls, they need to be like, hey yo, Rel's alert went off and it looks like it might be time for some call options, big dog on bull. All right, the bulls are running up bull, right? Pick up that phone, you do your DD, you hop into the play and you take off. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. What's next? But until then, I have nothing for you as far as like call like. I mean, that is enough for you. So let's keep it moving. What do we got? Denise Queen says SCCO. This is Southern Copper Corporation. Okay, we're talking about metals. You want to talk about metals? All right. Well, we already know about silver, so now she's flipping the script and talking about some copper. And okay, Denise Queen. All right. This is in no man's land for me, and I'm just gonna tell you right now, we've hit a peak here, and it's time to not be looking at calls, right? In my opinion. Why? Because sellers kicked in, buyers are nowhere to be found, and we are really far away from our 20-day EMA. Okay, so we really need to fill this gap, and so I could see a gap fill here to come and retest this line. So I'm not hopping into any calls here. I'm really like looking in on the 4 hour, 1 hour, whatever. I'm looking for a supply zone to form before I hop into a play. But yeah, so as of right now, you do have a demand zone kind of right here around this level. Not the greatest. Not a fan. Okay, not a fan. I'm not a fan here. Okay, so trying to see if I see anything else as I zoom in. So on the 1 hour, we're respecting this line. We have a pause in momentum. That's what this represents. And then we have just some selling pressure up here. So I don't know. At the end of the day, for something like this, the fact that we're respecting this 21-day EMA, for the most part, I'm waiting for a pullback here before I look at anything towards the upside. Let's move on to the next one. NVTS, options call by Queen Rochella. NVTS, options calls. I mean, are you looking up or down? It's semiconductors. All right, so we are neutral as heck right now. Okay, we are in an area where buyers and sellers are, they love this price right here. Right, pretty easy to identify the point of control in this. Now it's just a matter of, are you looking up or down? So when I see something like this, Queen, I'm pretty much looking at a range break, because you are essentially in a range. So you pretty much take your bottoms and your tops, and this is one way to do it, right? And then you go from there. Now, notice I didn't grab the very tippity top, right? I'm not doing that. Why? Because I know there's an imbalance towards the upside, and essentially if we can break this again for a fourth time, then there's a greater chance that we're just going to take off like a rocket. Okay, so that's that move right there. But let me zoom out a little bit from the 1 hour to the daily, and then see how price is kind of stacking up from there. So we actually used to live off of, you know, so we're pretty much where this IPO'd is kind of where we're sitting right now. This is kind of like a SoFi type of situation, where we did a nice gap fill back to you know, IPO pricing, and now the market's really looking over this stock, this ticker, this company, to see if it's worth and wanting to push it forward. So yeah, I think that's kind of where I'll leave it. At the end of the day, like, this is a neckline, right? So my level isn't off, so I guess we can get rid of this one. I like this level though. I like $10.58. A safer bet would be the $10.92. And then I got to put one more thing on here, so you can see this gap, because this gap also tells a lot. Okay, so boom. Okay, so I'm gonna put this gray, because these gaps, these opening gaps, closing gaps, fair value gaps, whatever you want to call them, if we can ever find support above them, then you're more bullish. But right now, you're clearly seeing some resistance at it, and some false moves towards the upside, right? And then, oh man, hold on, I'm sorry. You also have this pattern. It's inside bar, right? Inside bar. Hold on, let me see if I can show you this. This is a training moment. 1 second. Inside bar. Do I have the... 1 second, y'all. Yeah, blackout. Okay, so look, the bottom right hand corner, it's a neutral pattern. Bottom right hand corner, there's inside bar. It indicates consolidation or a pause in a trend or momentum. So there's a 65 to 70% chance of a reversal in a trending market. This isn't trending, so this is just telling you that it's doing the dance, right? That's doing the dance. So, you know, that's it. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, man. Okay, let's go. Hey, get the likes up. Well, hey, somebody tell me what the likes are versus how many people are watching right now. Sean, I see you. You're looking at Netflix. Fellow member of the Discord Sacrifice for Riches community. We looked at this, and I got an entire breakdown. You have every level here. If you are Megalodon, please tag me in the elite channel, right? If you want all of the levels, because I'll share with you the entire chart. So for here, actually, man, I'm very interested in potential call options right here. Why? The reason is twofold. One, we're in demand. Two, we have an inside bar at the bottom of a trend. We just talked about this. It's a 65 to 70% chance of a reversal, right? Three, we've failed through the demand, not once, but twice, and was met with buyers pushing us back into demand. Okay. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a high interest in price down here, but there's a nice low volume node is what they call it here, that if we push above, it's more than likely that we're going to come back and retest this 85.96, because that is like a gravitational pull back to the upside. Okay, so we have a lot of things here that I like, that tells me that we could be bullish on this play. However, the one thing that we have going against us, one, We had this big volume bar here. Hold on, let me just change this to red so we just know. 2, right? We have a decreasing in buying volume as we're progressing, right? 3, okay? Our bar for our green candle has shown more wick than body. And now we're starting to see more body than wick as it relates to the selling candles, okay? 3, okay? Last one. This is why it's kind of like, it's kind of tough, right? 3, we have a gap down, right? From an open. We have a gap down, so we have a lot of barriers ahead of us, but I will tell you, if ever a time that you're looking for calls, it's best to get it towards the bottom because your risk is lower, okay? My entry would be here, and then my stop loss would be confirmation below my demand zone. And then here's my absolute floor of 81.79. Hopefully this makes sense to you. I don't know what the contracts look like, but I am definitely setting my alerts on this particular play because I do like the setup. Now, let me zoom out real quick and then we're gonna move on. So we did break a neckline a little bit here. Yeah, so this is a bounce. So a decision is being made. A decision is being made. So 81.79 is the top of a previous trading zone for me. So essentially, if we fall below this level and confirm 81.79, then look out below because we're going back down to $69.96. Let's move on to the next one. KGU. Who is this? Billy. I see you, Billy. Service now. Okay, this has been a talking point. I have a full chart set up on this. We talked about it right here. And I gave you guys 2 zones for now. Okay, so I gave you zone 1, zone 2, right? And look what happened. Man, look how perfect this is. So boom, retest, continuation. We broke below zone 2, right? Came back to retest the floor of zone 2, and now we're breaking down further into zone 1, which tells me that we are likely coming on down. So you could see this retest right here below our take profit or take profit target of 121. So we're likely to come on down to at least 103, but a max fall of $67.41. This is moving very nicely, actually, for a potential play. Just know. But I'm going to keep this one moving. All right, what do we got? What's next? What's next? We're all good. WMT, entry, call entry. Oh, I thought you were Denise, but I seen you, Queen Fee. All right, so WMT, I have not touched this. Why? Because it's pretty much been doing the same song and dance, and I look at the volume profile. I mean, that kind of says enough for you. But you're looking for what, Queen? Call entry levels. All right, well, technically, right now is probably close, right? Because 114.50 is where our 21-day EMA is. I would much rather see us come all the way down to that, to the 114.27 to 114.50 area. But as of right now, we just don't know if we're going to get there. I don't like the setup right now. If you were to hop in, then the time to enter was at 116.28. But we're not getting a lot of bullish momentum off of this, okay? We are getting some thinning of candles for the sell side. And we did just come down to retest this gap right here, okay? So essentially, you are bullish on this for as long as we can maintain strength above 116.25. The closer you can get to this level, the better. But yeah, that's kind of where I would be entering. From here, if you're trying to, if you don't see it coming back, then now you're just looking at confirmation above these take profit targets. Okay, so we're above one right now at 117.29. So you want to see, you know, some confirmation above this level before you enter. But just know that by entering here, this is now your new stop loss, and also know that by entering here, your max take profit target is 118.36 for now, because it's representing the bearish side of my trading zone that's here. Okay, this side of that line is bearish. Okay, it's not until we breach this line of 118.36 that we're bullish. Okay, moving on to the next one. Let's get it. I think we're on fire. Are we cooking right now? Let me know. All right. Kenny says hood. I'm gonna give it to you, Kenny. Kenny, I thought you were a member. If not, go ahead and press that button, big dog. Come on and join. Come on. I'm gonna put my Dave Chappelle. Come on. Come on now. Let's see if we can get some new members in here. We'd love to see our community grow. So come on now. Somebody press that button, become at least a minnow to get in on the place and just see what we're about. And if you don't like it for $5, then just get out next month. But you know, come on over. All right, so we're looking at hood. We're looking at hood. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. If we can get 5 members to join, then I'm going to give away 5 memberships as well to match it. Okay, I will match. Okay, so hey, we got one. It's me. Why ask? Okay, let's get it. Let's see if we can get 5. I'm gonna give 5. All right, let's see here. Okay, so hood, man. All right, so hood is at a key level right now. We hit our 200-day EMA. We're at the 101.35 level, which is a midpoint of a trading zone that we're trading in, right? So essentially, we are at a point where, hold on, let me see. Yeah, we're in a neutral point right now. Okay, so hood right here. This is my zone, $113 to $90. Look, Roll Life just giving away memberships. Shout out to Cortez, Eddie, you've been here, big dog. So congratulations, Louis, Keisha, Shaniqua, Tanya, Monique. I'm just kidding. Gerald, and okay, there we go. Welcome everybody. All right, so here's the thing. We had bullish or bearish momentum through this, but you see this volume candle? This volume candle is like cranking up as volume is, or buyers is pushing up the signal. So this is a sign. That's time, but I'm gonna finish what's on the screen and probably a couple more, right? But this is a sign that we could see a reversal here, but you know, look, this is what's gonna happen. Hood right now is in this free fall, kind of, so to speak, but we have SoFi earnings tomorrow morning, pre-market. Hood is going to react to the SoFi earnings. I wouldn't be surprised if Hood didn't fall all the way down to $90.80 and then bounce huge and just take off from there. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. I just think that that's kind of the manipulative move that's about to happen, and I guess we will see. But essentially, I'm not looking at Hood calls or yeah, I'm probably not looking at Hood calls until we break above 113.05, to be honest. And I know that's a big swing, but if I have a clear signal for a reversal on a higher time frame, then I'll hop in. But if I don't see a clear signal and I see a lot of chop, then I'm letting it go until I get to a point where I'm comfortable, which is above 113.05, which the top of that supply zone is at 113.81. All right, so moving on. Hey, and Roll Life, the 5 that you gave does not count towards the 5 that people need to sign up for. But I appreciate that, big dog. Everybody, sign up to be a member. If you don't have a community, right, just come check it out, right? We are a very supportive, chill, happy family. That's what we are. All right, so let's get it. And we're doing a lot of winning over there. A lot of people has come a long way, but we have more to pull up, and we got them. All right, Barton, I see you. KGU, MAR. I'm finishing what I see on the screen, and we'll see if I do more than that. But, you know. I mean, Mar is Marriott International. I don't know this company. We haven't done the charting on this, but I do like what I see. Now, I can do some charting on this right now. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you are looking to play calls or something like that, then it's respecting that 21-day EMA. So that's on the daily. So every time we come down and touch that, it might be time just to hop into some calls. Now, at the end of the day, though, we are starting to see sellers show up at the top here. So let me just take a peek. Earnings is going to be February 10th, pre-market. We had a consolidation break here. And then this is also a point of control. So we could be seeing a pullback, but right now, let me see if I can see signs of a sell-off or anything. I don't. Hold on. I hate this. This looks gross, right? But we do have a bullish bar and it's pretty solid. Okay. So what we have is a pause in a direction. We have, which tells me that we're on a continuation to the upside. We have demand down here, right? Let's go here and hit my demand zone. Right, we have demand down here. All right, let's see. I'm trying to help you out to see if I can come up with some more data here. Technically, we got demand here too, right? So this is where I would sit with this at this present time. Two. Yeah, this would be my ceiling right here. Red. That would be my ceiling. And then essentially this would be my floor. Okay. And pretty much with this play, hold up, what did I just do? Oh, I switched on you. Hold up. So that's my ceiling, that's my floor. Right now, we are at a point where it's probably going to get a little choppy for you, right? Which this is representative of that, okay? So a direction is being decided, and you essentially need some strong confirmation above the level it's at. Essentially, at 319, you need confirmation above this to be bullish towards 327. Once we hit to 327, I'm essentially looking for shorts. Unless we breach that and confirm above, then you're looking at a new trading zone and you're looking for some calls. All right, so let's move on. Who am I missing? Queen Angela says, I hopped into 2 Netflix calls today. Hope that was a good choice. It looked like it was going up towards the end of the day. Man, it's been looking like a good choice, but then, like, I don't know if it breached demand. Did we talk about Netflix? You didn't tell me to look at it, but I'm going to look at it for you, Queen. Oh yeah, we did. Did we just? When did I do this? I must have just. I'm losing my mind. Yep, I already did this. Okay. Netflix. Okay, cool. I don't remember doing Netflix. I'm losing my mind, y'all. I'm tired. All right. Let's see here. 33 watch, 46 like. Thank y'all so much for hitting the like button. Bought a Leap today. I'll keep an eye on that. Thank you. All right, Sean, let's get it. Roll Life Now was calling me for 2 days. No self DD. It is what it is, man. It's okay. We live, we learn, we move on. You've been killing the game, so don't let one trade get you down or one missed opportunity get you down. Queen Philly says KTOS. All right, KTOS. This is Kratos Defense Security Solutions. That's a dope name. That's a dope name, Kratos. All right, I trust that security team. So essentially, as we're going up with this, we do have a lot of absorption, but we do have sellers showing up. So here, how do I want to play this with you? All right, well, let's just keep it a buck, right? This is pretty self-explanatory as far as where our level is, right? We have this point at 107.53 where it's pretty much our previous level of resistance that we broke through, and now we're retesting it as support. So you got to be very cautious here, because you want to say, okay, well, we should just bounce here and hop into calls, but you also are a little bit far away yet from the 21-day EMA, which I'm going to make the assumption that we will come down and retest. But the cool thing is once we do, we're going to have a significant move towards the upside as like a fake out. Because why? We have a ton of absorption down here. So buyers are loving the price. So whatever the sellers are selling, the buyers are going to be buying. So I would pay attention to this level. I will tag it. So you, Queen, you are Leviathan. You will get, you will get the update alert for this play. But I'm not, there's no There's no context in it yet. I have to do some work, and I'll probably do that on a Sunday, okay? I have a busy weekend. Daughter's dance competition's coming up. All right, let's see. Barbecue is lit. Let's go. We on fire. All right, Beverly says, Eddie, shout out to Eddie sending some gifted memberships. Thank you, big dog. I was trying to become a Meg, and it glitched off. All right, well, hey, are you a Meg right now? You got glitched off because you got donated, right? A membership, but that's only at the dolphin level. So I would still recommend going ahead and hopping into a Megalodon because that gives you the most perks of being a member, all right? And trust me when I say I do my best to make sure that it pays for itself. So if you guys are thinking about joining, the Megalodon is the tier to do it. And trust me, like I said, I do everything in my power to make sure that I'm giving enough plays and enough opportunities for your membership to be covered in this market, all right? But you are responsible for your own, clicky, but let's go to gold. All right. But let's see. Hold on. Shout out to Zency Black. All right. IZTC. Come on now. Is that ICTC college type deal? Z Shane, Tariq. All right. Devo X, Mr. 504, Mr. Worldwide, Barton. Okay, you just signed back up to support Barton. You've been with us for a little bit, big dog. Welcome back. All right, I think you were a member, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm pretty confident, but All right, so gold. All right, well, come on now. Who said gold? Queen Bev said gold. Queen Bev, I'm gonna have to rain check you on gold, right? And you know what I would say about gold? I'm gonna show you a trick. You see silver? I'm gonna show y'all a trick. Object tree. I can go ahead and highlight. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. Did I do it? Come on. I want to hop and see what my trading zones are. I'm gonna copy, and I'm gonna go back to gold and see how it lines up. All right, and I'm gonna paste it in here. What up? Give me my pasty. Boom. Hey, y'all like that trick? Y'all like that trick? Let's go. I'm giving game right now. All right, so this is my levels for gold, right? That's it. So if gold breaks 502.15, then I'm bullish, right? If we can find support above this level, right? So that's where I'll leave gold for now. Anything below that, we'll talk about it in the Discord. If you need a chart for it, hit me up in the elite member tier and I'll get you set up, Queen. All right. How about Jody Aviation? You gonna have to give me a ticker, Mario. I don't know who Joby is. Joby. Oh, okay. Just type in Joby. All right, here we go. So right now you're sandwiched between. This is kind of a beautiful thing. Oh nope, it already happened. Okay, so I talk about this often, right? Once our levels, our 21-day and our EMA gets perpendicular, right? You're looking for that next big candle or volume, right? And then that's going to be the direction. And sure enough, you got a bearish move right here. So the only thing I can tell you about this right now is that we fell to a previous neckline, and this is a really this is a critical point right now for this. But here's something that they're gonna try to trip you up on. This is what is this? Hold up. This is a symmetrical system. Hold on, let me make sure. Hold on, let me make sure there's legitimately. Hold up. Okay. Nope. This is a descending triangle. Okay. So let me tag this yellow and I'm going to show you what this means or what this could mean for your play. Okay. So let's tag this white for my foundation and then red for my ceiling. Okay. Now I know we're out of this range, but what happens often with these charts, with these neutral positions is what we call it. You get you get the move, right? So boom, 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 and then the direction is chosen, right? The direction, right? The first direction sometimes, oftentimes, is the fake out before it takes back off. Okay. I don't know this company. I have no idea who they are, but I'm telling you that this is one of those okie doke moves, or it could be. So right now we are in like an imbalanced type of gap. We have some absorption here for buyers. It could turn around, right? It could turn around. Right now, we also have gotten really far away from the 20-day or the 200-day EMA. So there's a gap to be filled here. And then we also don't have any of these levels pointing down, right? We just have a horrible crash. So look alive, because this could turn around, but do your due diligence. The company could be trash. I have no idea. I'm just paying attention to this. So another indication is that we have volume descending, right? So we technically have something called distribution here. And again, this right here could be just throwing people off. It could be a fake move, but again, you got to do your DD. All right, what we got? Apple, KGU. You're okay. Well, now you're sacrificed for riches because you just became a channel supporter, big dog. Congratulations. Now you're both. All right. So AAPL, we just made a ton of money on Apple, right? We made a ton of money on puts on Apple right before the earnings. Why? Because we seen the play, right? I forgot, when did we get in? We got in I think we got in Tuesday. Y'all gotta let me know. Y'all gotta remind me. Okay, I know it was either Tuesday or right here on Wednesday. So yeah, it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. So we broke back into a zone, a trading zone of mine, which I'm about to show you the trading zone. Right? We broke into a trading zone. We established supply after we broke into that trading zone, right? And then we fell to my demand zone on Apple, right? And then we had earnings. So which was today, right? Tonight. So we had opportunities to hop into Apple once we hit demand. I have an alert here, but I think it went off. Y'all gotta let me know, Discord. Did this trigger go off? Because if it did, this was our opportunity to hop into some calls. Now, where are we, right? We're still within this lower end of my trading zone, okay? So until we break above 263.43, I am still bearish on Apple. I'm not bullish on Apple until we break above this level, and that is what it is. So expect some chop, expect a lot of chop, because you can see right here we have a point of control and we have a lot of interest from buyers and sellers here, more so the sellers than the buyers. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that, but then I'll show you the next zone. Okay, my next zone for Apple, right? My max take profit targets are going to be 273.63 once we enter this zone. So, and if you want this whole chart, come a Megalodon and I'll share it with you. Easy. And I also do kind of like on demand charting for my Megalodons for as long as they don't abuse that perk. Okay, I'm well past my exit time, so I'm just trying to make sure I take care of everybody because that's just what I want to do. All right, I think we just wrapped it up. All right, so hold on, Adam, I'm late. Did anyone ask about Netflix to the upside? Yes, Adam, we did. You're gonna have to run it back, but also let me know in the Discord if you want the chart. So that being said, we did it. We did it, Joe. We did it. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you thought that this was beneficial, if you thought it was helpful, if you want to see me continue to do this. Let's talk about what we talked about today. What tickers we went through. Apple. Well, let's say we went through Apple. Hold on. Should we do the ticker? AAPL, JOBY, GLD, Silver, SLV, KTOS, NFLX, MAR, Hood, WMT, Now, NVTS, SCCO, BULL, AMPX, TCGL, NVDA. Man, we killed the game today. All right. So to reiterate, not tickers, because my editor, I think he likes it when I say this out loud, because then he can break it down and give it to y'all through the week. But we went through Apple, Joby, Gold, Silver, Kratos, Netflix, Marriott International, Robinhood, Walmart, ServiceNow, Nvidia Semiconductor, Southern Copper Corporation, Webull, Amperis Technologies, Tech Create Group, Nvidia, and that's a wrap. That's a wrap. Great job. I appreciate all of those that participated. Boomy, I appreciate that, big dog. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. That is much love. I think too often people don't remember that button's there. They don't understand that we get paid crumbs to do this. Netflix be taking 30% of our stuff, man. It's crazy. Not Netflix, but YouTube. YouTube be taxing, and then we pay tax on top of that. It's crazy work. All right, so we got the fire. We got the fire. All right, hold up. I'll do one more because I think I heard Microsoft twice. So I'm gonna do it. Sometimes I go back, but I seen it in the chat. Hold on, where's mine? All right, let me do Microsoft. For who is this? Walt Hustle. Now that I'm going back for you, Walt, now you got to become a member, big dog. That's a prerequisite. I went back for you, so you gotta come join me, join us. All right, no, just kidding. Microsoft. I mean, I'm upset. So I'm not, and I am. So one, Microsoft. I bought shares, but look, here's the thing with Microsoft. I have been waiting for Microsoft to come back down and test this level at 148.43. Okay, it didn't do that until after close, right? So it didn't do that till, hold on, what was that? When did it do it? Where? Oh, okay, it did it. I missed this point right here. I missed this opportunity for entry, and then it came down and it just failed. So I guess I didn't miss anything except for this initial run. So essentially right now for Microsoft, we're bearish on the company until we break back above 448.43. And right now we're at a point of control. If we break below that, then our next take profit target is 419.42, and then we're falling all the way down to 394.40. But just do know we do have this huge gap right here. So if we can respect this gap on Microsoft, right, then we're looking like we can hold up, right? The market just needs to not bleed out on us, okay? So if you're looking to get into like a leap or something like that from Microsoft, now isn't the worst time. But I would much rather see this get retested for confirmation before I just hop in. And if I can't get it down here, then I'm getting it up here at 448.43, okay? And that is the last one. We can add Microsoft to the list. All right, man, I'm dry. Your boy's tired. Y'all have no idea how long the day is. KGU Dean, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Okay, so the last thing I'll say is if you're a Dean's Lister, or if you're a Megalodon, nope. Yeah, Dean's Lister, Megalodon, Leviathan, right? If you're any of those, doctorate on KGU as well. If you're any of those, my plan is I'm going to do Futures Friday just for tomorrow. So I'll trade some futures tomorrow. That is something that I reserve for my Leviathan tier, but I'll open up to those three groups. And then hopefully we can find something that makes sense and we can, get the bag. If we can't, we can't. But any questions, comments, concerns? I see 51 people here. Shout out to y'all. Please just do me a favor though. Share the video, right? Share these live streams. I'm gonna get the next one made up so y'all can see it before next Thursday, and then y'all can have the opportunity to share it out to see if we can get. Let's see if we can get 100 viewers. Right? That'd be dope. That'd be real dope. Hey, and I appreciate you, Walt, for being here and supporting the channel, supporting me, and just wanting and willing to learn. All right. All right. So I always leave 2 minutes on the timer for questions. So I'll do that. All right. So I'm chilling. So for those that just want to know, this is the rapid fire chart analysis, and we done. Technically, we done. So we chilling. Y'all got some questions. Whatever the questions are, I'll do my best to answer them as transparent as possible. And yeah. And y'all still got time to become members. All right. Y'all still got time. So don't. If y'all want to be a member, you're like, for instance, also, if you're a KGU, you stay in KGU, right? You can also join if you want to, but I would not leave KGU for S4R. But at the end of the day, I do have an app that I think would be beneficial to KGU members, right? So that is pinned to the top. There is a free app, right? But there's paid options, but it's a free app for journaling your trades. But if you pay into the app, there's machine learning, AI, and there's an education hub. So everything that I teach, like rather it's one-on-ones or rather it's like the live trainings or whatever, a lot of that stuff is kind of like summarized for the most part within the education hubs that you can have access to. There's a mindset section. There's a trade assistant built in, and then my plays. So all of my rapid fire live alerts that I come up with, my swing trades, not all of them, but a lot of them I put into the app, right? And then from there, you can get an AI analysis. You can press a button and it'll automatically log the trade for you within your trade tracker. It does track options, futures, and stocks. Then also those plays, those trades that I put into the app, you sometimes, like if I'm actively trading, you'll know when I'm in the trade because there's an option for me to click coaches in, and then you will get that within the alert. The alert system is kind of wonky because it's a web-based app, but I am working towards adding it to the Google and Apple Play Store. That takes some time, but I'm this close to making it happen. All right, so if you're interested, give it a shot. And then yeah, and then also there's a support button within the app that's available to free members. So if you want to support the community and all of this stuff, then go ahead and do that, because I'm not taxed over there. I'm taxed on YouTube. So but yeah, go over there, just download it for free. Just download the app, right? And then share it with somebody. And yeah, there you go. That's my plug. I appreciate y'all. All right, let's see. Junior, if he doesn't have time, ask for charts in the elite. Hold on, did I miss something for Juniors? I thought I caught Junior's request. All right, and also, if I didn't catch your request, I'm sorry. I did my best, and I might have missed you, but I try my best to look at everybody. Okay, so but yeah, if I missed you, it's not because I ignored you or anything like that. The only surefire way to get my attention is to do a super chat or have a name in green, right? But I try my best to do make sure the subscribers got set up as well. Have a blessed evening. Okay, BOB says how to show you we are KG. Hashtag KGU. That's all. It's a character thing. I trust that if somebody uses hashtag KGU, they are 100% KGU. So as long as, I mean, I'd hope that people aren't pretending, but yeah, you just got to put hashtag KGU within the comment, and then I'll know that you're KGU. There's a lot in the app. Yes. KGU and new as a Megalodon. Yes, sir. Tony. What did I overlook, Denise? For Man, I think it's between all of the gifted memberships. I'm scrolling because I don't want to miss out on nobody. It's like I said, it's not intentional. I don't see him. Yeah, I just scrolled up. Maybe my eyes are bugging. Oh, he asked for APLD. Junior, are you still here? If Big Dog is in the chat, I'll do it. But if he's not in the chat, I'm not doing it. I'll do it for him. I'll do it for him over at like at the Discord. Junior, are you here? I think I just did APLD too. I just dropped a short for APLD. You know what? I'm doing APLD for Junior because then he can watch it back. All right, and then y'all, I'm getting off. But let's see here. All right, I gotta take care of the members, y'all, for real. Y'all show me support just for being here, so I thank y'all. I mean, so we broke this down. I called it. So pretty much I said that APLD is in this symmetrical system, and then I gave you the take profit target on the high of $40.23. And once we hit there, I said pretty much you should take profits. And now we're coming on down, right? So we have some absorption, but sellers are showing up. So I think the APLD can likely come back down to retest this descending line of resistance again, previous resistance. But I would not be bullish on this stock until we can confirm technically above $38.62. So I'll leave it at that. And then those are my take profit targets. So we can confirm above $38.62. Then I can see us going to 46.83 with a max take profit target of 53.51. Okay, so thank you guys for looking out for Junior, making sure that you know we took care of him, because I don't want to miss anybody if I can avoid it. All right, so that is it. Thank y'all for being here. This is Stocks for Real, Sacrifice to Riches. Everybody, take care.